All right. Hey, baseball's back. Woo! They finally pulled their heads out of their collective asses and got a deal done. This was mostly the fault of the owners. I mean, also entirely the fault of the owners. It's like they were trying to find ways and excuses to not get a deal done. It was like every day there was some new thing that was like, oh, today this is the thing. This is the issue that is causing us to not get a deal done. It's the players' fault. But whatever, you know. It's March what 10th, 11th, 10th, 10th. So we haven't really missed anything yet, other than some spring training. Spring training games would have started about 2 weeks ago, but they're gonna, I guess, ramp that up pretty fast. And apparently, even though they had already canceled or claimed to have canceled the first couple series of the season, I guess they're going to play a whole 162, but they're not going to start until April 7th, which is the date that the Twins have their home opener. So the first couple Twins Road series, those will get made up. You know, they're going to make these games up somehow, some way throughout the season. Um, but yeah, so it's back. There's some changes. There's an expanded playoff format. There's going to be one more team now in each league, and then they're going to play like a first round best of three series between like the 3 through 6. They're gonna, three versus six, 4 versus 5. They're gonna play, and then the top two teams get a little breather. Um, and I guess there's not gonna be any more tiebreaker games either. They're not gonna do. There's no more game 163s. At least as of now with the current system that they're gonna have. It's just gonna be like kind of like every other sport that just has whatever the tiebreaker scenario is, that's how they're going to do it. Universal DH, which was long expected and long overdue. I know people like there are people out there who like the strategy involved in the National League game, but come on, this has been long overdue. Having guys go up and hit who haven't hit in any sort of you know competitive environment sometimes ever, and in most of the cases not since they were at least in like high school. There's nothing to be gained from this, and I'm glad that's finally going away. It's just been long overdue. That should have been adopted before I was born, for God's sake. It's been ridiculous. Just because once in a while a National League pitcher will hit a home run or something, like who cares? Like this is just dumb. Nobody wants to see it. It's the most wasteful thing in sports, and it's gone. So and they're also getting rid of those ridiculous things they put in the last couple years. The 7 inning doubleheader games. Nope, those are 9 inning games again, which is good. And the free runner at second in extra innings, that's also gone. These are both good developments. There are probably people who like these things, but these people are idiots. These are terrible things that were just annoying. Even if they worked out for the Twins over the last 2 years at times, to have maybe you win a game because you get that you get that free runner and then you get him in real quick, like you win. I don't care. It's just dumb. It's a dumb rule. I'm glad it's gone. And hopefully it never returns in any form. I think that's pretty much it for like any new and I don't think they're not doing it like a pitch clock. I didn't see it. I was kind of scanning to see what some of the new things were. I didn't see anything about a pitch clock, so I don't think they're doing that. Um, but yeah, so yeah, they're gonna play a full 162. I mean, that's certainly a surprise, because it looked certain that certainly after they had canceled the first week, and the other day it sounded like they had canceled the second week, but I guess they didn't cancel the second week. So that's on. So we're less than a month away from real games, and we're like a week away from spring training games. And of course, the lockout started in like early December, maybe, or maybe even it was in November. Like it was a long time ago. There's still hundreds of free agents out there. There's a couple. There's not a lot. I mean, this doesn't affect the Twins much because they're not going to do much. But there's like Michael Pineda out there. Maybe they'll re-sign him, and there's some guys that they can just say goodbye to quite gladly. And they're not gonna. I don't think I would be very, very shocked if they went out and actually made any sort of significant move for a pitcher, which they have to in order to be successful. That's the only one. That's the only downs. Not even downside, but like that tempers the joy and excitement of baseball officially coming back. Is I don't expect the Twins to be very good this year. But it's going to be a real supercharged free agency thing because I think as soon as it's all official, then it's like open season, and maybe that'll help a team like the Twins because they're not going to be able to just be like, oh, we'll just wait around for months for the bargain bin because the months from now you're going to be into the season, so that's not going to work. So maybe they'll make some move. I doubt it. I doubt it'll be anything significant. If they don't make a move for a pitcher, I don't see how they can possibly contend even with an extra playoff spot this year. But that's a separate concern, and just good to have baseball back. Good to know that for sure be able to get to the ballpark at some point this year. Because it was I never really thought they were going to like completely wipe out the season, but it was certainly looking like this was going to go longer than it did. So we do have baseball back. We have a better version of baseball back than we had the last 2 years because we jettisoned some stupid stuff. And Rob Manfred is still a fucking piece of shit, but I don't know what we can do about that. He makes Roger Goodell look like a great commissioner. But anyway, baseball's back. Twins baseball will be back. And that might be a good thing or a bad thing. We'll see. But better to have bad baseball than no baseball.